folks, and welcome to the Angler's Experience. Today I'm fishing with my good friend John Bambasino of Pro Fish Taxidermy, and we're going to be going after early pre-spawn smallmouth bass in a reservoir. Tell you what folks, conditions are going to be a little bit tough. We had a cold front push through, water temperatures dropped about 8 degrees. It was 27 degrees when we got up this morning. We're starting with a water temperature of 44.5. It's supposed to be 68 degrees today and sunny, so hopefully that water's going to warm up and get those smallmouth going. What do you say, John? So we try to find these dudes?
Let's do it, man.
I'm ready. All right, folks. You stay tuned. Let's see what we can do.
The Angler's Experience is proudly sponsored by Crestliner, leader by innovation. Setter Rods, the American way. Sidewinder planer boards, fight the fish, not the board. Tobler Marina, your one-stop boat shop. Easy Loader, all boat trailers are not created equal. Oxart, your single source supplier. Lincoln Electric, the welding experts. And Honda Marine, it's all about power. There's one set.
Got him, John?
Yep.
Oh, get away from that. Oh, here he comes. Good fish, John?
Good fish, yeah. Good chunky guy here.
Oh yeah, that's a nice fish.
Yeah. Net under this guy.
Beauty.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Boy, look at the belly on that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, what a toad.
Yeah.
Fat fish. Getting
Yeah,
ready
he
to
is.
spawn.
Yep.
Classic pre-spawn smallie right there, John.
Yeah, it is. We'll get her back in the water here. Leave her out too long. There she goes.
There she goes.
All right.
Beautiful fish, John.
You betcha.
Oh, there's one right there.
All right.
Right there we go, John. Feels like a decent fish.
You want me to get the net, or are you just going to net him?
I'll just reach up and grab him, John. It's all right.
Okay.
You're catching all the toads. You can keep it back there.
Okay.
I'll use my big mitts to just mitt them in here. Not a beast, but I'll take him. He's a fat fish. Nice chunky fish. Oh, hang on, Bubba. There we go. Nice shad wrap. Tell you what's happening here, folks. John's just been wailing on me using the same bait, and he's just outperforming me. And he's fishing on a spinning pole with about 8-pound test fire line, and he's using a real limber rod so he can use that fire line. But what's happening, I just watched him catch all these fish. Get this one back. What's been happening, I'm using my traditional cranking setup. I got a 4-4-1 Calcutta on here, or a 4-4-1 energy reel, and I'm cranking real slow, and I'm just not getting the strikes like John's been getting. So what I've done is I've just started cranking the daylights out of this thing. Even though the water's 48 degrees, these fish are just slamming it. The faster you turn it, the more they hit it. So just goes to show you when it's cold, a lot of times you can still go fast. And I just learned my lesson, because that spinning reel of John's is a lot faster gear ratio than this Quantum 4-4-1 is. So keep that in mind. If your buddy starts whooping your butt, you better pay attention to what he's doing. And Johnny's going fast, and I wasn't going fast enough, so I'm gonna see if I can catch up. there's one right there.
All right.
There's one, John.
Cool. Big fish?
No, I don't think so. Decent fish. I'll take him. He's pulling good. He's pulling good. That's a thick little fish right there.
That is.
Not very long, but definitely fat. Reach down here and get him. These are just the epitome of a little football right here, guys. Little footballs. He's got it buried. Bust him up here. There we go. Chunky little fish. Look at that, folks. That fish is maybe 16 inches long, maybe. Look at that, folks. 2.4 pounds. 2.5 pounds almost. 2.4. Almost 2.5 pounds for a fish that's not very long. Granted, I've got pretty big hands, but look at that. That fish is maybe 16 inches. 2.5 pounds. Getting ready for spring. All right, partner. See ya. Pretty incredible weight in it, John, for how big they are.
It sure is. That's what makes them fun up here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You get a fish on most lakes like that, and you're lucky if it's 1.5 pounds, let alone almost 2.5 pounds.
Right.
All right, let's get another one. The baits that we're using here today, we've got two different sizes, and I want to kind of explain to you why we're running two different sizes. We're running the jointed shad wrap Rapalas right here in a crawdad pattern. This one in my left hand right here is a size 7. This one is a size 5. Now you might be wondering why the difference in size. Well, let me show you. And it's not just about the body profile of that bait being smaller. It has to do with the depth that these baits are diving. If you look, we've got large bill on the 7, smaller bill on the 5. What that does is it's going to change the depth that these are diving to. Then you need to keep in mind during your colder water periods, whether it be late fall or early spring like we have right now, when it comes into the evening time and into night, these fish are out in 30, 40, sometimes 50 feet of water, and that's where they'll spend the night at. As the day starts to come and the sun starts to come up and the day begins, these fish start deep and come shallow. So what you got to do is you got to start out with a bait early in the morning that's going to dive you down deeper, like this number 7. We know they like this crankbait, but we got to get down there deeper. We're getting to fish that are anywhere down to 20 feet deep with this bait looking up. Even though this bait's only going down 12 feet, they're able to look up and see it. As the day progresses and those fish get right up, tucked up next to the shoreline, if you're using this number 7, all you're going to be doing is fouling it in these stumps. You're going to be sticking it too much. You just want to be tapping your structure. So then what we'll do is we'll actually go to the smaller bait once the sun comes up and it starts to get bright and the water starts to warm and those fish move into the shoreline. So just keep that in mind with your baits. It's not always about the body size, but what that bait will do. Especially this time of year in the early spring, you want to start out in the morning deep. As it gets warmer, you want to go shallow. And that's where that bait change becomes very important. Oh, there's one, John, right there.
All right, another one.
Right up next to the boat here. Oh, that's a nice thick fish.
Yes, you're getting hard on these things.
Man, I tell you what.
I do not like fishing right behind you anymore.
That's a beautiful little fish right there. Man, gorgeous in the sunlight.
Yeah, it is. Get him up over the side here. Yeah.
Look at that fish, guys. Look at those beautiful iridescence and stuff. What a beautiful fish. Join the shad wrap number 7 right there, guys. Crawdad pattern. It is tearing them up. Tell you, John made me switch over to this. I was trying all my bag of tricks. I got boxes and boxes of cranks, and I had bought some of these. And I just thought maybe it was going to be a little too cold. Well, guess what? As fast as you can turn the reel handle, the water's warmed up to about 48 degrees on the surface, and the fish are smacking it. All right, let's get that dude back. There he goes. Little splash for the way home. All right, this is a kick in the pants, ain't it, John?
Yes, it is.
All right, buddy, it's your turn now.
Okay. Oh, there's one, Seth.
Got one, John?
Yep.
Feel like a good fish?
That's heavy. Get him around here. Yeah, he's a chunky guy.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't missed a meal, I don't think, this
No,
spring.
that's a typical spring fish getting ready to spawn.
Yeah.
Big old belly.
All right.
Oh yeah, nice.
There we go.
Nice. Beauty of a fish. Nice chunky fish. Good colors.
Yeah, okay, we'll get him back in the water.
Yeah, beauty.
Okay, guy. Go back and make a whole bunch more for it. There we go.
Oh, there's one right there, John.
Okay.
Man, right at the side of the boat. Bending that cranking rod over. Oh yeah. Jump, buddy. Said it's so cold I can't. Oh, these are chunky fish, aren't they, John?
Yeah, they are.
Beautiful. Careful with him. He's right by the eye. I don't want to hurt him here. Okay. Easy, partner. Right there. Okay. Head hook in the mouth, guys. You've heard me talk about it before, but that tells you they're aggressive. I mean, we're just cranking the daylights out of these things as fast as we can in 48 to 49 degrees surface temperature. This morning when we launched, it was 44.5 degrees. I'd have told you there was no way to crank those that fast. I was trying to finesse these fish. John's been burning them all day, and he's just smoking them. But you can see that head hook right there in the mouth. That means he's hitting it head first. A very aggressive fish right there. All right, look at the belly on those fish, guys. Look at that compared to my fist. Absolute pre-spawn beauties. All right, let's set that fish back. All right, what a kick in the pants.
Feels pretty good.
Time coming in, John?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice fish.
Oh yeah, beautiful fish.
Grab the net here. You know,
Beautiful fish, John.
He's a nice fish. He did fool me a little bit here, but he is a good fish. There we go. Get him up out of the net here. Get a look at him. We'll get that out later after we let this girl go.
Take a look at her, John.
Pretty good fish
Oh,
there.
yeah, what a beauty, man. That fish there is probably pushing 4 pounds.
Yeah, I'd say right around 4. Yeah. Take those all day long.
Beautiful fish, buddy.
Thank
Nice
you.
job. Broken back shad wrap.
Yep, one of my favorites for this area here.
It's working good. Look at the belly on that fish,
Yeah,
John.
that
Isn't that
fish
just incredible?
Yeah.
Beauty, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get her back
Yep.
in here. Okay. There she goes. Good deal. Well, that was fun.
Heck yeah. Oh, big fish, John.
Good deal.
Oh, man. I got the net up here, buddy. I'll get her. Look at, she's out there on the surface. Gonna jump. Whoa.
Oh, that's
Holy smokes, guys. Look at the size of this pig. Oh, my. Oh, stay on there, baby. Let me get the net, guys.
That's a giant bass, Seth. Get in the net.
Come here. I got her. Oh, my gosh. Folks, wait till you see this. Look at this monster. Oh, my. John, can you believe this, buddy?
Oh, my gosh.
Look at that fish, folks. That is an absolute tank. Look at that. Holy smokes, we gotta weigh this fish. I don't want to hurt a big fish like this, folks. I know people would take one of these home to have it mounted. I'll tell you what, I'll just have my good friend John Bambasino make me a replica. I want this big fish to go home. Do not want to hurt a big fish like this. This is the gene of the future right here, guys. Look at that. Look at that fish. Let me grab the boga grip. See if I have over here. Let's take a quick look here, guys. We've been bouncing back and forth between John's Berkeley scale and the boga grip, kind of getting comparisons here. Folks, that fish is 6 pounds on the money. 6 pounds, guys. Look at that. What an absolute toad. Beautiful, beautiful bass.
Beautiful.
All right,
Way to
John,
go.
let's get her back in the water. There you go, beautiful girl. Gotta catch her breath. There she goes, guys. Powering right back down. Whew, folks, I tell you what. Pre-spawn fish, cold water, cranking the daylights out of them. I tell you, I learned something on this trip. I never thought you could burn baits like this in this cold of water. Just goes to show you, sometimes there's always something out there you're not sure of, and when you try it, it works. And it's working awesome. Let's do it again, man.
Okay, let's do it.
Folks, one of the hardest things to do in springtime is locate fish, whether it be crappie, pike, bass, walleye, largemouth, smallmouth, doesn't matter. And that's one of the emails I get a lot, is about locating fish. This particular reservoir we're fishing, I've only been on it 3 times. We were on it last fall. We did a trolling show there. It was excellent fishing. That was the first time I'd ever been on it. And one of the things that I do to locate fish early in the spring is I look for what's called a percentage triangle. And a percentage triangle is something that I've deemed is an area within that lake that's going to hold a high percentage of fish. And they kind of happen naturally. If you look at a map, you'll see these percentage triangles. What it is, what I mean by percentage triangle, is you're looking for an area like, take for example, a bay. Bay typically has 2 points that come back and taper into a shallow bay. That would be your spawning area. What you'll find is a percentage triangle is an area where, if you look at a topographical map, if you have tight lines, contour lines, that means it's deep or steep. As they start to widen and the flat of that bay starts to start, that's where the percentage triangle starts. That's the tip of the triangle. What we're doing is I'm finding these bays that have steep shelves coming in that taper back into spawning flats, because that's their goal right now, is to get back and stage for the spawn. So what we're doing is I'm going through this reservoir, I'm finding these deep bays with shallow flats in the back, and I'm starting at the points, and I'm working my way in. In the morning time, you'll find these fish staged out on the points, and if you've got a nice, bright, warm day, sometimes they'll travel 200, 300, 400 yards up the shoreline and up onto those flats. But keep that in mind. Look for these percentage triangles, whether it's a largemouth, a walleye, a crappie. Folks, they all do it. This is how I find these fish, is through these percentage triangles. So if you're not familiar with the body of water, if you have a topographical map of that lake, just find those big bays, find where those contour lines are tight, and where they start to separate away, that's the top of the triangle, and from there on into the shoreline is where those fish will be at. There's one, John.
Good deal.
Oh man, it feels like a pretty heavy fish. Ooh, head shaking good, John. Oh man. Oh, John, look at that fish.
Oh my God.
Holy smokes, guys.
That
I got the net. I got him, John. I got him. Got the net right here. Oh my God, look at this fish, guys. Oh, I got him. Holy smokes, guys.
Seth, that's a smallmouth of a lifetime.
Holy smokes. Folks, I think this is the biggest smallmouth I have ever caught in my life. Look at that, guys.
Oh man. Seth,
Look at that, John. Jointed shatter wrap right there in its mouth. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, guys. Oh my God, guys, I'm shaking. I'm shaking right now. Look at that, folks. Get this let out right here.
That is a big smallmouth.
Look at that, guys. Holy smokes. Look at the belly on that fish, guys. Hang him on my boga grip here real quick. See what we got. Folks, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that fish on the boga grip is almost 6.5 pounds, guys. Almost 6.5 pounds, Johnny.
Way to go.
Woo! What a tank, man. Look at that, guys. What a beast. Holy smokes. All right, guys, let's get this fish back in the water. I'm going to set him in the net here and let him revive. I don't want to hurt a big fish like that. Oh, what a beauty, huh, John?
Yeah, that's a great fish. Fish of a lifetime there.
All right, folks, that fish is good and revived. I'm going to grab it out. Look at that one last look right there. Absolute toad. She's going to go back in, fight another day. You ready to go, baby? Oh, yeah, look at that. Powering straight down, guys. That is the biggest smallmouth of my life, guys. Almost 6.5 pounds. I tell you what, pre-spawn smallies, big fish like that, you just can't beat it. Let's go get some more, John. I'm pumped up, buddy.
I am too.
Well, folks, I tell you what, we usually like to close the show out with a fish, but they kind of shut down on us, but that's okay. We had a great day on the water today. We caught a tremendous amount of good quality fish. 2 of the biggest fish I've ever caught in my life I caught today. Cranking these jointed shad wraps. You have a good time today, John?
I had a great time today, Seth. We caught some great fish. Those 2 big ones you caught were just worth the whole trip to see. Beautiful fish. Biggest fish, I mean, those are fish of a lifetime. Just had a great day. Always is when you spend the day out fishing, isn't it?
Yeah, John, it's always a great time out on the water with a friend. Tell you what, if I'd have been out here by myself and caught those 2 big fish, it wouldn't have been the same. It's always good to have somebody to share it with. That's why I encourage you folks at home, always try to take somebody out fishing with you, whether it be the neighbor kid, a good friend from work. Just get out and enjoy the outdoors with somebody you know. It'll make it that much more enjoyable. I also want to encourage you to get out there, get some of those jointed shad wraps in that crawdad pattern, throw them out there and burn them back, and good things will happen for you early in the spring. Folks, I hope you enjoyed the show today. I want to thank you for watching and look forward to seeing you next week. And here goes one more cast.
For a list of today's gear and techniques, log on to axfishing.com and select AX Journals.